Hey, how's it going? Today is Sunday, and as always, I'm going to be taking a look at what opportunities are available out there. Just before I do that, I thought within this video I'm going to do a quick intro and take a look at infrastructure, kinda, when it comes to hydrogen and potential way how it could be laid out. Again, I don't know if it's good, I don't know if it's bad. There are some plans in place as well as I have touched on that yesterday briefly about some opportunities out there for anyone who might be interested within hydrogen and some of the potential there. But again, there is a lot of risk involved. Within this video, I'm going to be taking a look at hydrogen production business model and try to understand net zero hydrogen fund, and perhaps I can touch on 11 different projects. I have touched on that briefly yesterday. I have reached out to all 11, so I don't know what it's like working with any of those people out there. I have a chat to them yesterday. We're entering holiday season, everything, right? So within this video, let's take a look at hydrogen production business model and what that can look like. Before we do anything, perhaps worth taking a look at perhaps potential layout and how hydrogen can be produced, and it can potentially have many cases. It could be produced green hydrogen, right? So that would be perhaps this is how it's been defined. I don't know the person who have done it, but it seems that they have put a lot of work within this plan, right? And we take a look at Scotland's hydrogen program master plan, right? Okay. And they could be produced using renewable wind farms deep in the ocean. So we not necessarily would have a lot of noise pollution, right? Who can produce just the wings for those wind farms, right? Perhaps 3 or 4 companies. Not that many. So then we're moving to substations, right? And again, how many companies can produce those? Not that many. Well, we're progressing into electrolyzer onshore, so perhaps that would be like a nexus. And from nexus, you could have a number of use cases. So some of those can be aquacultures. Okay. I'm not entirely sure why they have decided to do aquacultures on land instead of doing in water. I don't know why, but okay. Spaceport, okay. And we're talking about some of those ambitious plans, right? And housing, okay. I can see a lot of potential there. And by onshore wind farms, not necessarily in water, right? So the tank storage, perhaps there's some silos there, as well as airports and hydrogen for transport, right? And network and or everything, right? As well as rail. So there might be some, I don't know. So this is how it can look like. The person putting this thing together, I understand what this person was thinking, right? I don't know if it's good, I don't know if it's bad, but there's potential there, right? Hydrogen production business model, a net zero hydrogen fund, that would be HAR1. Perhaps there's going to be a number of funds, right? If we're taking a look at massive projects, it could be number of people who can enter and will apply for different opportunities, right? And we are taking a look at the plan within England, Scotland, and Wales, and perhaps that would be the companies might be based, right? I'll touch on that in a minute. And this plan was updated this month on 14th, so 10 days ago. Let's jump right into this plan. Following the launch of the first hydrogen allocation round, HAR1 in July 2022, we have selected the successful projects to be offered contracts. We are pleased to announce 11 successful projects totaling 125 megawatt capacity. This project, HAR1, puts the UK in the leading position internationally. This represents the largest number of commercial scale green hydrogen production projects announced at once anywhere in Europe, This round will provide over 2 billion of revenue support from the hydrogen production business model, which will start to be paid once projects become operational. Over 90 million from the Net Zero Hydrogen Fund has been allocated to support of constructions of these projects. We have conducted a robust allocation process to ensure only deliverable projects that represents value for money are awarded contracts. The 11 projects have been agreed at a weighted average strike price of 241 megawatts and 175 megawatts in 2012 price. This compares well to strike price of other nascent technologies such as floating offshore wind and tidal stream. Right. I don't know. They have perhaps they have put a lot of work. I don't know the prices myself. Right. I don't know that much about the other than very basic information. Perhaps so we'll compare against what this person might know about the whole entire sector. Government delivered HRAR1 2 time, and we expected the first project will become operational from 2025. Combined with our commitment to further hydrogen allocation rounds, this gives hydrogen developers, investors, and supply chain companies the certainty they need to commit to the UK. Okay, so it might be very promising projects, right? The government has engaged us extensively with the industry and recognize what it takes to make first of the kind hydrogen projects commercially viable. So there's a lot of risk involved. Okay. The 11 successful projects demonstrate that UK hydrogen sector and commercial framework is highly investable and attractive for both equity and debt investors. The projects cover 8 regions across England, Scotland, and Wales and will provide a range of benefits, including I don't know if anyone's interested. It seems it might be very important information, right? 413 million of private capital being invested by the projects upfront between 2024 to 2026, with around 760 direct jobs created during the construction and operations. Okay, next one. Pounds and millions more to be spent across a wide range of off-takes. Okay. So with what we are talking about, the laying down of all infrastructure, right? So I don't know. It's very hard to do. Working for everyone together, it's very hard to do. But okay, let's see a presentation, right? Users of hydrogen, including hard-to-be decarbonized industries, processes, and heavy transport facilities, to cover their operations to hydrogen and improve their long-term viability. Okay, the next one, emphasizing energy security, given the projects will support users to switch from imported fuels such as natural gases and diesels to domestically produced hydrogen. Okay, so going green or greenwashing. Okay. Let's move to the next one. Kickstarting the low carbon hydrogen economic across the UK, helping meet the 2025 ambition of up to 1 gigawatt of hydrogen production capacity in operational or construction. So they have set some targets, right? Within UK, how many businesses can build this kind of infrastructure? I don't know, 5. One that I know of, perhaps 5. Perhaps not that many. Okay, let's progress to the next one. Advancing government's reaffirmed ambition to develop up to 10 gigawatts of low carbon hydrogen production capacity by 2030, with at least half from electrolytic hydrogen production capacity. Subject to value for money and affordability, this could unlock up to 11 billion to private investors and support from the 12,000 jobs to okay. So everyone perhaps understands what they're actually saying. Basically, if the person was working with one sector, perhaps the same person would need to work in a different sector. So is it new opportunities, or would be taking the person from one job and putting him in another job? If it's as simple as driving a vehicle, perhaps there will not necessarily would be so many different changes up there, right? So it's something that's being discussed. Yourself, if you're interested in learning more, I've published a book. Within this book, I'm taking a look at livestock enterprise and where to begin when launching and or starting your own enterprise. I'm taking a look at or focusing on mobile and or rotational glazing practices and how you can potentially build business and or yourself become more sustainable. Where your expenses are currently, you can potentially reduce those if you would start or consider becoming more sustainable and or how you're growing your food, as well as surplus you can potentially sell it to your community or neighbors or whoever might be interested in doing that, purchasing food from you. And how you can do that, I'm taking a look at zero, where everyone would start, and progressing to first $10,000 your response. You can find it, QR code in the corner, company's website below. We remain committed to our ambition of having up to 1 gigawatt of electrolytic hydrogen in construction or operation by the end of 2025. As such, we have also launched the second hydrogen allocation round, HART, with an aim to support up to 875 megawatts capacity, subject to affordability, value for money, and quality of projects. Of the 17 projects that entered final negotiation, 2 projects withdraw and 15 projects totaling 243 megawatts of capacity submitted best of the final offers. Of these, 4 were not successful. So, okay, this is how they have announced it, right? We encourage all projects who have not been successful in HR1 to consider applying in HART with more competitive proposals. Please see the guidelines. Right. And I can share some information, perhaps build more traction for some of those projects. Perhaps it's very risky to enter some of those markets. If anything, I'm looking to help. I'll look at the support and help if I can, as well as I have reached out to all of those projects and see how I can potentially myself work together with them in solving big problems. If you're interested, you can find out more, or perhaps have a chat with some of those teams. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.